Do you want to play better golf? Of course you do. Well, here are 3 easy ways to do it. 1. Open your smartphone and look for the podcast app. 2. Open the podcast app and search Breaking Par with Bernard Sheridan. 3. Subscribe and never miss an episode of great golf instructor interviews from around the world. A new guest every week, like David Ledbetter, Brian Manzella, Dr. Sashow McKenzie, James Siekman, just to name a few. Hear their insight as they deliver their wisdom of the game. Take control of your game. Subscribe today. Your game will thank you for it.
Hi, I'm Bernard Sheridan. I'd like to welcome you back to Par Breakers Golf Academy, and we would like to congratulate Davis Love III on his victory at the Wyndham, and third oldest PGA Tour professional to get a win on the PGA Tour. Davis is 51. We're going to take a look at his swing today and some of the things that he does. As you notice, I have the 3 lines, yellow, blue, red, which represents those 3 posts and or anchors. And if we notice, Davis is set up behind that center post there. And as he begins to move back, we're going to see a significant weight shift to that back post. Now, some of the other thing that I want you to notice here is on his takeaway, that left arm is straight and that wrist has yet to hinge once that club becomes parallel to his waist. And then he begins to hinge it to the top, and his head is over that rear post, okay? And the other thing that I want you to notice is that, and this video was shot a few years back, but we can notice how much rotation Davis has with his shoulders and his hips. Okay, his hips rotate significantly. Now, that's part of the reason why he gets to rear post. And as he begins back down, I want you to notice how he maintains that lag. And once his arm gets parallel to the ground there, we're going to start to see some rising of those hips. You see the rising of that belt buckle above that white line now, okay? Still pivoting around that rear post, okay, to make contact. Has some forward lean in that shaft, flat left wrist at impact. These are things that we really need to look at. And because we're having some significant shaft lean, the swing arc has yet to reach the bottom. And just as Davis comes through impact, that club rises and then the club releases, and he has full release here at that front post. And that's where the bottom of the swing arc occurs. Notice too that by this point, Davis, his arms are still directly in front of his core. That's why this works for him. Then his head follows as his shoulder comes around, and he finishes kind of on that center post. Now, this works pretty good for Davis. I believe that he was probably hitting a little bit of a cut shot here. But these are some of the things that you want to know about your swing that can help you. Is that rise is a big reason why Davis has so much power. That vertical rise happens with his waist releasing that posture through impact, and then he really gets that shoulder around to a full finish. Okay, so if we want to try to keep that ball a little bit more on line, if we're going to hang back just a little bit like Davis does, and we need to make sure that when we do finish, we get that shoulder to the target. So hopefully that'll help you with your swing. Congratulations to Davis Love III, always one of my favorites. A fine gentleman, and definitely someone who we're going to see as time goes by enrolled into that Hall of Fame. Great player. So until we meet again, I'm your host, Bernard Sheridan. Thanks as always for watching us here on the Par Breakers channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do so, and you'll never miss a video again or a great interview on our iTunes show, Breaking Par. So until we meet again, do your best to keep it in the short grass.